What's going on, everyone? In this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about a very popular television show that came out in the early 90s and lasted 10 seasons. This is the first season of Beverly Hills 90210 right here on the front. You have all the key cast members. You have Kelly, Steve, um, Andrea, Brendan, Brenda, Dylan, Donna, and Steve. This season pretty much introduced us to each individual person. And it was basically, from the start, you have Brendan and Brenda moving from Minnesota to Beverly Hills, them having to start at a new school and build friendships. You also see in this season how different characters are. You see pretty much Kelly being the popular kid, Andrea being the nerd, Donna being Kelly's little sidekick. You have Steve being the guy that's out there to get all the girls, and David as this geeky kind of nerd guy as well, who loves music and loves just hanging out with his friend. The first episode was released in October 1990, and this season lasted until May 1991. On the front, like I said, you have all the key people. On the back, you have them hanging out on the beach. I'm going to go through all the episodes. To start off with this one, you have the pilot. The pilot was kind of interesting because the pilot kind of was different than the first episode. There's a lot of stuff that was changed. Steve's appearance changed a bit. The story of them coming to Beverly Hills from Minnesota changed a bit. Then you have the green room, which was the first episode, where Brendan meets Dylan, and you have Brendan and Dylan, just their antics. You have every dream has its price. Basically, Brendan goes shopping with Kelly and Tiffany, and Tiffany ends up stealing some stuff, and it's blamed on Brenda, and Brenda has to explain to her mom that it wasn't her because they found the articles of clothing. Then you have the next episode is the first time. Brendan's girlfriend from Minnesota comes, and basically Brendan was in love with her before he left, and when she comes, he ends up having sex with her, and it's Brendan's first time, and basically he finds out that she's done it with other people in Minnesota before, so it kind of gets rocky from there, and she leaves. Then you have one-on-one. Brendan tries out for the basketball team, and Brendan's exposes the students when they came. Basically, Brendan's talking about kids that come from different areas that are not supposed to be at a school, and then he finds out that Andrea's actually in that category, so he kind of backs off on that. Then you have higher learning, which is Brendan ends up cheating. Steve's providing him with answers from a test, and they end up cheating, and the teacher's friends with Brendan, and basically Brendan has to go out and actually prove that he can do the test without cheating on it. And then you have a Perfect Mom, which basically is the story of Kelly's mom being an alcoholic and her falling apart, and how perfect Brendan's mom is. Then on disc 3, you have 17-Year Itch. The Walsh family examines the relationship that Brenda and Brendan have, and they basically take quizzes from them being twins and what they can and cannot do. Then you have The Gentle Art of Listening, which is basically the story of Kelly and her. Kelly is this person that goes out and dates everyone, but basically Brenda's on this suicide crisis line, and she finds out that someone's having problems, and she has to help them. Then you have it isn't romantic, the chemistry between Brendan and Dylan heat up, and Brenda actually accidentally catches him in the shower, then confronts him about fighting with his father. Basically, it's the story of Dylan's father and what he's been through. He ends up getting locked up. Then they also are preparing a speech about AIDS, so you have a lot of episodes in this are directly involving social topics like AIDS and different diseases and very conscious, aware issues. Then you have BYOB. This is when Brendan gets in a car accident from drinking. They're at a party and he ends up drinking and driving and ends up in jail. Then you have One Man and a Baby. Basically, Brendan ends up dating this girl, finds out that she is a mother, and ends up watching her child. Then you have Slumber Party, which is Brenda and Donna want to have a slumber party, and Kelly brings one of her friends, and they end up playing Truth or Dare. So it evolves from that point. Then you have East Side Story. Basically, it's the story of the Walshes getting a maid, basically, and the maid trying to help out, but Brendan and Brenda's mom really doesn't want her to help out because she's so used to doing stuff on her own. You have Palm Springs weekend. You have David invites the crew to his grandparents' spring house, and they're there, so they end up partying pretty much with the grandparents. Then on disc 5, you have Fame is Where You Find It. Basically, Brendan's out rollerblading and he gets picked up by a talent agent, and the story of Brendan having his 15 minutes of fame. Stand Up and Deliver is basically Brendan giving appreciation to Andrea. It's only a test to watch twins and friends panic about their SATs to get into university. April is the cruelest month. Basically at this point, Roger, who is an outstanding athlete, ends up going through the success of his father. It's just a side story. Then you have spring training. Brendan helps out Little League baseball, so you have Dylan trying to decide and Brendan's trying to decide what side he's going to be on. Spring dance, this is the first time that Brenda and loses her virginity to Dylan. Then you have Home Again. This is when the Walshes almost have to move back to Minnesota. The dad's offered a new job, but then decides not to take it. So there's overall a whole bunch going on, but at the same time, it all flows very nicely together. As you guys can see, there's all different topics, all different issues. Definitely a great series, and this is just season 1. You guys let me know what you guys think about season 1 of Beverly Hills 90210. Just leave a comment below what you think about the individual characters. Let me know who your favorite one is. If you haven't checked out my other videos, definitely check those out as well. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, just take a second, just hit the subscription button below. And if you could give this video a thumbs up, that would be amazing as well. And I will catch you guys in the next video.